Welcome back everybody to Retro Tunnel. I am here playing some Crash Bandicoot while Hutch and Sean are watching and commentating. Let's get to it, eh?
Yes. That's what we do. That's what we're the best at.
So I found something that might be worthy of talking about.
I'm listening.
Ooh.
I just found it on my Facebook feed.
Mm-hmm.
It is 10 fun facts about farts.
Oh.
Yes.
And I think even the first one is concerning me a little.
Number one, they smell.
Says an average person farts around 14 times a day. Those 14 farts a day are enough to fill up a balloon.
Ooh.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I feel like you wouldn't fill up a balloon.
You know what,
Really?
though? I think that's true, though. I think that's true. 'Cause I think a lot of those farts, happen while you're asleep. I reckon you let out a few while you're sleeping.
Were you both going to say that 14 seems like a lot, but maybe it's sleeping?
Well,
Yeah.
What were you thinking,
I was just
Andrew?
trying to think of 14 farts filling up one balloon, and if that would be enough to. Well, not the process of it happening. Just would that be enough?
Hey, bro, I'm not trying to kink shame you, Andrew. Do whatever you want, bro.
Well, here's the thing. The first thing I thought when I saw 14 was I swear I probably do 14 in a few hours.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's because Sean lets him out like a machine gun.
well, I don't think I'm an
Sean likes to pinch him out.
overly gassy person, but I feel like 14's not the biggest number for an average. I'm like, maybe
It might just be.
Your technique.
maybe I'm
It might
just
just be your technique, though. Like I said, maybe some people let out longer farts. People sneeze, they go, achoo, achoo, achoo. Maybe you fart, just let out little ones at a time.
Yeah.
Instead of letting out one big dad
Little
fart.
squeakers.
why is that such an image? One big dad fart.
Yeah, well, I was given the analogy of sneezing. Dads, they sneeze and they blow the whole house away.
All right, I'll move on to number
Same
2.
thing-
Wait,
same
Andrew,
with
did you have
farts.
something else there? I think I
No, let's
interrupted
move
you.
on. I'm happy to move on.
Okay. Move on to the next fart fact. They're made up of hydrogen sulfide that reduces mitochondrial damage.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondrial
Yes.
damage, yes, I know all
Smelling
about that.
farts can be healthy, thus next time you fart, take a nice deep breath
Wait,
and
did
thank
you
the
tell me to
person.
sniff someone else's fart and then thank them, Sean? Sean, bro. Come on, man.
Sean's dead, bro.
Alright, number 3. This is not something to be...
Imagine
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's one way to stop someone
My
from...
birthday? I didn't get you anything.
Oh, wait, let me eat some baked beans.
Crap on the table.
Yeah,
Just hang on, I'll just eat these baked beans and this taco.
Just wipe the top off a can.
I'll pay it forward. It says, this is not something to be embarrassed about as it means you are healthy. A healthy digestive tract produces farts. If you're not farting at all, go to the doctor.
Oh, mate. Sorry, just back on that last
Okay,
point.
yeah.
I can just imagine someone letting out a long, long fart and just leaving a bit of silence and then whispering, "You're welcome."
Do you know my brother... I've been visiting my mum's house more where the rest of my family lives. And it's funny because my brother will keep, I think maybe spending time apart when I come back and he gets used to my, what do you call it? Just the things I do and the way I speak and the things that you kind of take for granted when you're living with someone versus when you experience it after a long time. You're like, oh yeah, he does that. That's a bit different from whatever. He's pointing him out more in a good-hearted fashion. He's kind of making fun of it, but kind of you do this thing, and not many other people do that, and he'll just talk about the things that make him laugh that I do, and because he's taking more notice of them. Then my mum tries to defend me. She's like, oh, stop making fun of Sean, and he's like, I'm not making fun of him. I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking it like you're making fun of me, don't worry. So he was giving me a bit of a crap for that, but I've just thought of one for him because it's something that me and my dad have both commented on that my brother used to do all the time growing up, and it's related to this. He used to come in, have a chat, like say I'm in my bedroom, he'll come in, just be like, oh, what are you up to, da-da-da, and just talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's like, all right, and he leaves the room, but he always farted and then left the room.
It's like he's departing.
It was so,
music.
so consistent.
But like, is it like intentional? Like,
I
is he
don't
like,
know.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
I'll leave you with something to remember me by.
I don't know
or
if it
something.
was intentional or if it was just his body just naturally just got used to that being the time to fart. You know, like when you go to the toilet and like as soon as you go up to the toilet or the urinal or whatever, like your body starts going, oh yeah, it's time. I don't know if
it's time.
It almost feels like that was more it, that he would always, and it would get to the point where he'd come in just out of boredom, like the type of thing where you do, like you check the fridge because you're more bored than you are hungry and there's nothing in there, you just shut it and you're just kind of wandering around. He'd wander around, go up to my room, have a look and be like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm playing this. He's like, oh, okay. And he'd leave. And then I'd just get this whiff like 10, like 5 minutes later. I'm like, oh, why? And I thought it was...
Maybe you're just a bloodhound, Sean. You just sniff people out.
No, he'd come in my room, and then my brother would, and my dad would say the same thing about him. He's like, he always leaves something for you, like a present.
The parting gift.
Oh.
Well, I prefer that present wrapped than unwrapped. I don't want no bare eyes fun from me, brother. It'll be like a sneeze, bro. Fly everywhere.
Yeah, I want it wrapped up and put a return to sender sticker on it.
Ooh. I want it wrapped in a metal case. Throw it to the bottom of the ocean. Not your brother, just his farts.
Guys, look at this. We have made it to the next little island.
Nice. What's the island called? Does it have a name or just the levels that have names? Salty Wharf, 1717.
We're on
Booty Calls. Speaking of booty calls, here's the next fact.
Oh yeah, nice. I just got that. I thought, all right, Sean, I'm not interested in you like that, but thank you.
We got the original meaning of fart is if forth as wind from the anus. The word was coined in 1962. That's not that long ago.
Oh, very nice.
We got gum and soda make you fart more. Thus, if you know somebody who farts a lot and they drink a lot of soda and chewing gum, hide it from them.
Would that be because of the amount of air you would ingest when you're consuming those items?
I assume it's the same thing as like burping. Like, you know, Coke and whatever gives you the burps. Like, if you don't burp it out, it's going to come out the other end, right?
I have to say though, like, I've got a bit of an oral fixation sort of thing. So like, when I chew chewing gum, I'll sometimes chew a whole pack in a day. And I don't fart more. I just like I shit my guts. I step it off. I ain't no
step
bitch.
further.
If I'm gonna clear it, I'm gonna clear it properly.
Well, maybe you should go see a doctor.
But like seriously, like it's real talk though. I think like apparently I might have digestive issues when I get older.
Really?
I hope like I can nip them in the bud early. Yeah, but because like fun fact about me, I was born with my intestines or like my belly. It was in my chest, so like I had like a malformed diaphragm. So like things weren't where they were supposed to be. So when I was born, I had like this big bulging chest, similar to how I do now. And
manly chest.
Why are you laughing?
I was just laughing at your manly chest.
Thank you. Why would you laugh at something like that? You should be admiring it.
You're a hunk of a man.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I was born with that, and you know I have trouble like catching my breath, sort of thing. Like when I'm running or doing exercise, like I get puffed out a bit quicker than most people do. But apparently, the doctor told my mother that when I get older, there's a chance that I could have, well, a good chance that I could have digestive issues. So maybe that's just what's happening. Maybe I'm just. I mean, if that's all I have to deal with. In saying that, though, I did send Andrew an Instagram the other day saying that I am the most efficient butthole in the world. Nah, legit. Nah, serious.
Wait, what?
If there was an Olympics for taking a crap, I would win gold every time. The efficiency I have on the toilet is unrivaled.
What does efficiency entail? What does it mean?
Meaning, like, people that go to the toilet, you're like, oh, I'm off to the bathroom. They go, oh, there he goes. Like, you won't see him for a while, mate. I go in there, and I'll dump dinner, lunch, and breakfast, and I'll come out in like 5 minutes.
Animal.
I'm done, bro. You mean? But when Andrew says animal, everyone, Andrew is like, man, that guy's a beast.
Oh,
He doesn't
yeah.
mean, like,
Reference.
pigs, right?
Nah.
Just let him know, Andrew. The Australian vernacular.
Yeah. We need to make everyone aware.
You're like, oh, Andrew just got Hutch a pig.
But I say it with
Even
love.
though that would be fair.
Can I just make a quick point to everyone while I'm playing here that I know I missed a box early on, and that's why I haven't bothered to attack the rest of these boxes. So stop.
Oh, so you're admitting
No,
defeat?
like there was no point of dying a bunch of times just so I can get these boxes. So
Because you're not going to get them all.
yeah, well, yeah. So anyway, carrying on.
Alright, next fact. We have most of the farting... Oh, you know what? This is what you just said before. Most of the farting happens at night when we are asleep.
Look at that, man. I'm a smart guy. Told you. I know buttholes, bro.
If you have...
I have a channel with 2 of them.
Thanks, mate.
Alright. If you have a very tight sphincter, you will produce louder farts as they have smaller, tighter area to squeeze
Because
out
it's like squealing, you know? Good chat, good chat.
Farts.
See, I don't really let out loud farts, and it's probably because, like, that would explain why I'm so good at pooping. Because it's just loose. I'm loose as a goose.
Alright, we'll finish it off.
Popping out
We're up to
egg-shaped
8 out of 10. We got farts go as fast as 10 feet a second.
How many is that in kilometers per
okay.
hour, Sean?
I would love for someone, sorry guys, I would love for someone just to cut back to our very first episode where we did COD, and Sean briefly mentioned crapping and said, oh, I don't want to have this conversation.
Well, 10 feet in kilometers is 0.003, which is, I guess, 3 meters. So going about 3 meters a second.
That's not bad.
We've got...
Wait, what's this for? I missed this.
So farts going as fast as 10 feet a second is also 3 meters a second.
Choice, nice. Airbender.
Female farts tend to be stinkier as females have a high concentration of hydrogen sulfide. Female farts.
Yeah, but girls don't fart though, so that's fake.
No,
That's fake news.
This whole article's wrong, bro.
Female farts.
This whole article has been
They're
devalidated.
actually healthier to smell, so make sure to say thank you, especially if it's a girl.
Oh, I'm sure my partner
Just
would
a
like
friendly reminder of thank the
men-
next person.
that. Yeah, imagine doing that on a first date. Like, imagine doing that on the first date. you hear a squeak, you just assume they farted.
You hit them up with the
Just,
big
like,
whip.
take a big
You're like,
deep
thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Alright, last one.
So, call me?
Men fart more often than women.
That's because women don't at all, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, they're going to fart less than something that doesn't fart.
Oh,
Well,
Think about that.
they're your 10 fart
great
facts.
content.
I like that. And you know what? I like this. You know, that's good, Sean. We should do this more. We should just find
More fart
an
trivia.
article to react to. Most people like to react to videos and you know, like music. No, we react to articles on farts.
It just popped up on my Facebook. I'm like, you know what? This is going on the channel.
That's pretty good. I like that. That was good. I like it.
How long have you been running for at the moment?
I'm just not ready to look at that.
We're going a bit.
15
We've
goes.
gone 20 minutes again, I think, for this ep.
Yes.
Alright.
Are we?
Alright, Andrew, I'm going to tell you the story that you just missed out on before.
I missed the story.
I told Hutch. I told Hutch his story and he lost
have
it.
to bleep
What happened?
some
What did
stuff
I
here,
miss?
reckon.
Okay.
Backstory for the viewers. Is this like
Oh, no,
the
you can just change
conversation
one
I
of the
tuned into
words.
just before we started recording? Okay.
You heard the end of it. That will not be telling. Yeah, it's just,
Alright,
I was
I
just
guess this was for the
responding to Sean's
podcast.
story. You have to listen to this.
So, okay, to finish this episode off, here's a little story from my life. As
I am so curious to see where this is going.
No, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna be too bad. Alright, seriously though, if I laugh too much
We need to hear
this story, just
you.
cut my audio. Just cut me.
Alright, so my family has been going to the same Christmas Eve party at the same place with the same group of families since basically we were born. We've been friends since my mum and their mum had us as kids, and so we've just been going to their house for Christmas Eve gatherings and parties, and so ever since I was little, ever since we were kids, the dad of that place would always dress up as Santa and be like, oh, ho, ho, ho. Come on, kids, come sit on my lap. Tell me what you want for Christmas. You might get that for Christmas, but here's a present for now. And he'd always hand out the presents that the families would organize for the kids. And so growing up, you'd get, whatever they thought you were interested in, whether it was just toys and stuff like that. And when we started turning older, they'd have we still had lots of kids and families that were, having kids that were growing up. So there's plenty of youngsters that are still there. So they just still do the same thing, but they almost have like a separate party for the adults. And once all the kids kind of grow up in my generation and, my brother and sister and everyone in the families were adults, they'd start getting more adulty presents. So, it started being like alcohol and stuff. I'd get like a Dan Murphy's voucher or, just some alcoholic thing. And I'm not a super big drinker, but, it's good just to have a backup sort of thing. It was nice. But I think what they did just one year, I think because we were all adults, like all the families had very big separation between the generations. There was the kids party, the adult party, and all the adults, particularly in my family and their family, and a couple others, all had partners. And so this one year, they got us presents, and this time it wasn't alcohol. And so I didn't know what it was until I opened it, and I was so confused until I kind of read the description, because it was like one of those things that it kind of looked like what you'd get in like a $2 shop, and it'd have like different language writing on it. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Turns out it was a vibrating cock ring. And that year was the first year that I took my new girlfriend that I'd only just been dating to that party.
Oh my god. So what, you're opening up this present in front of what? All your family
in front of her, in front of my family. I think what they did, they did a little bit of like, here, take this, open it up in private sort of thing, like keep it on the DL. And I was so curious. I'm like, what the hell is what they're talking about? I opened it. And I'm like, what?
So you did it to yourself. You didn't have to open it. You just wanted to see.
Did it not say on the box or something? Like what it was?
Yeah, that's how I figured it out. I was like, because, it's not something I've ever bought for myself at that stage. And I was just like...
So everyone saw, yeah? It wasn't like a private thing. Like
everyone around me saw, not the whole entire place.
It's bad enough, bro. What? No, it's bad enough that it happened.
And so I'm just like, oh.
I'll never look at Santa the same way. That's a purse.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. That'll just go in the back pocket, I suppose.
I don't like that. That's an expression for something else, mate.
Oh, it had to go somewhere.
Keep that front back pocket.
I'm not putting it up in a frame somewhere.
And on that note, we will see you next time. Thank you, guys.
See ya.